I'm going to do everything I can to make sure our little town is not overwhelmed and our hospital is not overwhelmed.
That's why she is an angel among us, how her idea sparked a solution to help kids know where their next meal is coming from. And it's a unique fire department in our town, Mahomet, how they're able to staff the department through dozens of well-trained volunteers. Then we'll dig into the history of our town, Mahomet, including the village's original name.
This is WCIA3 News, Our Town, Mahomet, Fall Edition, sponsored by Illinois Pork Producers and Prairie Commons Business Collective.
All this week, we shared stories from Mahomet. We're excited to continue our Town 2020 into fall. So get ready to enjoy stories from the unique places and neighbors who call our town Mahomet home. In every community, there's a story as to how the town received its name. Would you be surprised to know the village of Mahomet was originally named Middletown? CI Living's Erin Valley has the story.
Historian Gregory James Pasley has spent years unraveling the history of our town, Mahomet. He's authored 4 books on the subject, an accomplishment that began with a simple curiosity about his ancestry.
The family links led to stories about what happened here in our village.
The story of our town, Mahomet, is more or less a tale of ancestry. And Pasley's research reveals that even the village's name goes back to a family legend passed down from one generation to another.
The more it trickled in, the more fascinating it became.
Let's start from the beginning. Settlers came to this area in the 1830s to collect timber near the Sangamon River. Of those settlers was Daniel T. Porter, whose ancestors came from Middletown, Connecticut. In 1836, Porter worked with surveyor Garrett Moore to lay out the plot of a new village near the river. Porter named the village Middletown, a nod to his family's place of origin.
Our village was Middletown at that time, but the post office he named Mahomet.
According to Porter family history, Daniel's ancestors in Connecticut had been friendly with a Mohegan chief. The chief's son, Mahomet, had been an ally and negotiator to the colonists.
So Mahomet was a very educated Mohegan Indian, and he went by Mahomet as the phonetical sounding of Mahomet, I guess, and he wrote it M-A-H-O-M-E-T.
When it came time to name the post office in Middletown, Illinois, Porter went with Mahomet in honor of his family's favorite Mohegan. Now let's jump to 1871. The railroad has arrived, but there's a problem. There's another Middletown in Logan County, Illinois, and the railroad wouldn't allow duplicate depot names within the same state. As a result, the village changed its name to Mahomet after a unanimous vote. In our town, Mahomet, Erin Valley, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Lake of the Woods offers miles of hiking and biking, a golf course, even a museum. But if you've never visited the Forest Preserve in our town, Mahomet, you're also missing the Mayberry Galvin Botanical Garden and its waterfall. The waterfall has been there for over 40 years, but was recently remodeled over a year and a half. It's now more efficient, has a new filtration system, and 1.5 million pounds of additional rocks and boulders. The pond itself holds 450,000 gallons of water, and 60,000 gallons move over the falls each hour. But the staff at Lake of the Woods encourages people to look at more than the falls themselves.
All of those trees came from the site here. I sometimes tell kids to look around and see if they can find the 7 different trees, because there's actually a few of the trees were so big that they're in multiple pieces.
You had some cattails and you had one type of water lotus out there. And now we've got a huge variety of different water lilies, as well as a bunch of different native plants that we've incorporated with annuals and perennials throughout the pond to give it a completely different look.
That's not all. The pond began with 26 fish. Now there are more than 1,500 after a donation and natural reproduction. It's not a full-time fire department, but dozens of men and women make up the Corn Belt Fire Protection District. While the team largely consists of volunteers, as I discovered, it serves more than the people of our town, Mahomet.
We have 55 people on staff, so we have quite a few volunteers. We're very lucky in that aspect to have that many volunteers, people willing to do it in this community.
Chief John Kohler says the department is pretty lucky, but also an anomaly. Part of what makes the Corn Belt Fire Protection District unique is having a dive team and a paramedic from Aero Ambulance through Carl.
18 months ago in February 19, we decided to staff an ambulance out here. So the paramedic is staffed by Aero. The EMT is an employee of Corn Belt, and we combined them together to get an ambulance out here. So we're the only fire-based ambulance in the county.
Kohler says being in a smaller community doesn't make a 911 call any less serious.
These are emergencies. They're true emergencies, and time is of the essence.
That mentality also applies to the dive and rescue team headed by Deputy Chief Mitch Rolson.
Cover everything from rescues and recoveries to swift water rescues. We've done quite a bit of evidence recovery for the different police agencies, law enforcement agencies all across the county.
Rolson leads the team of about 30 members, which started strictly as a dive team.
No surface rescue, nothing like that. We've done quite a bit of ice rescue training recently.
Now, the team is trained in a variety of disciplines.
The swift water is a whole different discipline. You don't have to necessarily be a scuba diver to do the swift water stuff. We've got 2 different levels of training for that.
Part of the reason the department is so versatile is because the expectations at Corn Belt aren't different from any other firehouse. They average about 600 hours of training each month.
So it's a lot of time commitment. There's a lot of training. I think people think you kind of just, the pager goes off, you show up and get in the truck and go to a call. But there's a whole lot that goes into it prior to getting on that truck.
Reporting in our town, Mahomet, Paul Cicchini, WCIA3, your local news leader. Kohler says they are always looking for volunteers, and if you live in a community where there's a volunteer department, you should consider joining. He says it doesn't always mean fighting fires. Some departments are simply looking for help with budgets, accounting, even IT. More people than ever before need help to make ends meet during this pandemic. Thankfully, a program in our town, Mahomet, was already set up to do just that. Its goal, make sure kids don't go hungry. Jennifer Roscoe shares how it's made the founder an angel among us.
Watch these volunteers for 5 minutes, and you can tell they don't mess around.
It's supposed to get it done and get it out. Sometimes within 25 minutes, we can pack like 300 bags.
The bags they're filling with food will go to students in the Mahomet Seymour School District. It's the brainchild of Lori Larson.
In the Bible study, we were talking about how you're using your gifts to enhance your life.
That was 8 years ago. At the time, there was no food backpack program at Lincoln Trail Elementary, the junior high, or high school. Larson's gift, getting people to say yes. She hit up her friends, churches, businesses, and private donors. The Give Me 5 program was born.
It gives them a sense of security that they have, and they get 1 bag per kid in the household up to age 18.
When the pandemic hit, Larson knew more help would be needed, and she didn't miss a beat.
We just reached out and said, hey, if we did this in the summer, would there be an interest? And of the 160 people that we asked, 125 said yes.
And she is a fearless leader. Yes, she's selfless. And our communities need that. We need more selfless people who come in and are concerned about everyone, because everybody's hurting today especially.
And the community rallied too. The group put up a new link on the school website to donate.
In a period of a month, we raised between $18,000 and $19,000, and that's enough money to cover us for the entire school year.
Proving to Larson she was just the spark that was needed to shine a light on a solution to a problem.
It's not about me. It's about doing for other people, treating people the way that I want to be treated. And so that's where I take the pride in it, knowing that I'm part of something that's big.
The program is totally self-funded. They don't have to rely on any government money or grants to keep going. Ahead, see how a parks program helps kids rise and get moving during quarantine while safely social distancing. Also, remember your freshman year of high school filled with highs and lows? Not anymore, thanks to a mentor program in our town, Mahomet.